My first race car, a Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. When you first go into the race, you'll probably take whatever build you've got and you'll lose badly because you're not fast enough and you're not accelerating enough, and all those weapons, they're extra weight that you slow you down and you don't need. So you need a specific race build. And the competitive race builds at the moment have got growl cabins, which are blue, and they've got light engines, which are also blue, and blue wheels, and a blue piece of equipment will set you back around 40 coins at the moment. So when you're starting out, you don't have 40 coins, so you can't manage a super competitive build, but you can manage this little race car. This thing you can put together for under 2 coins. It's all white components, whatever they call them. A Huntsman, some AVI boosters, no engine, some medium wheels and steering wheels at the front. So they're all white. Doesn't cost you much. You sell 100 scrap, you can afford to build this vehicle. And with this vehicle, you can go into races. And you can beat everybody who doesn't know what they're doing. Which, this being the internet, there's plenty of people like that. You won't beat the people with the growls unless they mess up their driving, or if they mess up their booster usage or placement. Here we go. Let's see how we do with a really cheap car. A YouTube star in a reasonably priced car. That's what I should have called this video. Yeah, anyway. So you see, two people have crashed already. And we're ahead. So we're in the money already. And you notice I've got 8 AVI boosters. I put them in pairs, and I've split them out between the keys, function keys, so that I can have a nearly constant firing of boosters. I haven't put them all on at once because that just accelerates you so fast. It's a very good chance your vehicle will fall to pieces. And also that huge extra speed boost is uncontrollable, and then there's a time where you're not getting speed boost because it's all your boosters are on cooldown. What you want is this, a near constant firing, because the faster you go, the faster you slow down as well. So using boosters continuously is about the most efficient gain in speed for the amount of boosters you can fit. So what's going on? Well, there's a 3 in front. They're quite a way away. There's Yemet. Well, he's not so far in front. So out of a field of 8, 2 people have given up already. And that's another tip. Even if you're last, just keep going, because people will quit. And then you end up higher up the ranking and getting more points. And more points means more scrap and significant chunks of XP. Not XP, reputation. So that's advice for a race, even if you're in a totally uncompetitive car and everyone's zooming off ahead of you. Keep going. Ooh, he's lapping me, I think. I think that's the winner. Is it Mr. Partisan? Yep. Mr. Partisan, he's the winner. So, just about lapped me. Oh, and I've just lapped someone. They don't know what they're doing. Remember, with boosters, it's really hard to steer when you're under boost. You understeer significantly when you're boosting. So try and leave the firing the boosters until you're travelling in a straight line and you're pointing in the direction you want to go in before you fire the boosters off. And it's impossible to steer whilst you're in the air. So ideally you don't want to boost when you're just about to jump off a little ramp. There you go. Oh, defeat. Oh, I didn't come fast. Oh no. But what's this? 37 scrap. That's pretty decent for one battle. Oh, let's go to the garage. We don't want to actually go back into battle. So there you have it. My first car, race car. If you're starting out on Crossout, you're probably not entirely sure how to build things. So next thing I'm going to do is go into the build and show you how to build it. But if you're experienced in Crossout, well, more experienced in Crossout, know how to build things, then you don't need to watch that bit. But you do need to make a note of the AVI boosters position. You want them on the level of your chassis, the level that the wheels connect. I haven't put them, they're 2 blocks wide. Let's go to the build, there we go. 2 blocks wide, and the chassis is 1 block wide. You don't want them protruding below the chassis, because then they catch on all the lumps and bumps in the landscape, which brings you to a halt and bumps you around and flies you up into the air, and it makes it horrible to control. So you don't want them at the chassis level and below. You want them at the chassis level and just above. You know, these ones I've placed above because I ran out of places to put them without sticking out the side, which gets you caught up on people. The other thing is you want them to be firing in pairs, because if you fire them singly or put a pair or more on one side and fire both of these boosters at the same time, you're going to slew round. These thrusters are going to push you around and you're going to veer off to the left. So you want them evenly spaced about your centre line to give you nice even boosts, so you go in a straight line. You can go in a straight line, and if you want to steer, that's what the front wheels are for. So let's build this. I'll delete this. Yep. Ka-chink. And let's start. Right, first off, you need frames. Now, ideally, you'd use a lightweight frame, but if you're just starting out, you probably haven't unlocked these, so let's start with this. Clunk. Then you want a Huntsman rather than the Gorilla. The Gorilla's even slower. There's the engine speed. Yeah, but slower. So lift up with the C button. Apply your chassis right as far to the edge of the cabin as you can manage. Wheels. You can't have a car without wheels. So, medium wheel steering. That's what we want. On the front. Now you could, oops, where've we gone? Could push it out, only connecting by one, but the more connection squares you have, the more firmly it's held. The fewer, the more easier it is to knock off in collisions. So you don't want your wheels to fall off. Although you don't suffer damage from everybody else who's racing, you do suffer damage from impacts and over boosting. Rear wheels we want. Don't need steering on the rear wheels. Now I'm sticking only one connection square, because we need space in the middle to fit the boosters. For the racy part, boosters, AVI boosters, there we go. So on the level of the chassis and above, clunk. Now you notice I'm putting them on either side in exactly the same position, well, mirror image position. Bonk, bonk. And that is, so it's a lot easier to assign the control buttons. There we go. We've got 8 power from the Huntsman cabin, 8, and we spent it on 8 AVI boosters. Marvellous. There you are. Oh, lick of paint maybe? Oh, what should we have? Ooh, yeah, let's have the harvest, shall we? All pumpkin-y. Here we are. So, we built it. There's one last step. Assign the keys. Turn the vehicle around so you can see all your boosters. And then you notice when you hover over the equipment, in your weapons, well, weapon setup and equipment, it highlights it. So we know that one is there, so we want him on the left mouse button. This guy, notice how he's the mirror image position, so I'm not going to go skewing off when I fire all these boosters. And same again with the right button now. F, that's fine, and then there's the one key. There we go. Test drive, make sure I got it all right. There's the left, there's the right, there's the one, there's the F. Nice. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And there you have it. My first race car. Now take this car out into races and you'll soon be collecting up the scrap. And with that scrap you can buy a growl, and that makes you and once you replace that huntsman with the growl, that makes you pretty competitive. Then you add, well, you might have to take off a booster for the power. Then you add a light engine, takes 1 power, puts some maximum acceleration on, and now you've got a competitive build. Now you can win races and get even more scrap for even more cash. So, I'll see you on the podium.